Today I messed up by indicating I need to register as a sex offender on my jury duty summon, California. I, 22M, have done jury duty once, so this will be the second time doing it. I received my summon last night once I got home, and I told myself, fill it out now so you don't have to worry about later. So I logged into the portal with my phone and filled out the questionnaire. As I finished entering the information and feeling confident that I put the correct info, I hit submit. Then it asked me if I was sure, and I was positive everything was correct. Then out came a message saying I was dismissed from jury duty, and will come to find out I put yes on the part where I have to register myself as a sex offender. The anxiety flooded in. I knew I fucked up. I never did anything like that in my life, and now I feel like they'll see me as a sex offender. I am waiting till Monday morning to try and fix this because I thought I indicated no to the question. I'm scared that I may have committed perjury. It was a big mistake on my part and I hate myself for doing it. I'm worried right now and I'd if this will be fixed. I'm hoping they understand that I made a huge mistake. Let's see what happens on Monday. Today I messed up by getting an amazing finger blasting by my partner before I accidentally gave him an ass blasting. This just happened and I'm dying from laughter. My fiancé and I decided to have a little staycation at a fancy hotel this weekend. We went on a date and then went to a restaurant before heading back to our room for some fun. Some context: my fiancé has an intolerance to red meat for some reason, and depending on how much he eats, it can get messy. Anyways, it's been a while since he tried to finger me, so we gave it a go. It was awesome, and the first time fingers ever gave me the big O. We continued on, things were getting good, then suddenly he goes, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom right now." I sat in the other room as he released Armageddon into that poor hotel toilet. I began thinking, I wonder what he ate that upset his stomach. All he had was some vegetarian food and some of my French onion soup. But then I googled French onion soup. Beef broth. Yep, don't know why it never occurred to me. Needless to say, we're both laughing our asses off while gagging at the aftermath of my mistake. Today I messed up by telling corporate about my manager's gooch. So I suppose I'd better start by explaining the hierarchy at my job in the simplest terms. Corporate management. My line manager. Everyone else, including me. A while ago my manager got a puppy, which they decided to call Gucci. The puppy is super cute, super fluffy and long-haired, but I couldn't help myself and started calling the pup Gooch. For those that aren't aware what this means, a quick Google search will fill in the blanks. It became an ongoing joke where most mornings I would ask my manager how his Gooch was doing, and a lot of hilarious and extremely inappropriate conversations would follow. It spilled over into the workforce, and before long my manager's Gooch was the main point of conversations. At the weekends, manager usually brings the puppy into work. Today was a normal weekend, lots of crude jokes being passed around, and the puppy becomes unwell and leaves a big mess in the office. The manager packs up and takes puppy home before any more mess can be made. Around 2 hours later we have a visit from corporate management. It isn't unusual and we are all quite friendly with each other. Corporate asked me if my manager was in the office. And it went horribly wrong for me. No, manager had to go home, medical emergency. His gooch had a small explosion. Poop everywhere. Real big mess. He said he might not be back for a couple of hours. His gooch has really long hair, will take a while to clean up. Corporate management seemed to be absolutely bewildered. It was only after they had left that I realized they probably weren't in on the gooch joke. This evening I received a text from my manager asking me what the hell I have said to corporate. I'm not looking forward to work on Monday. Today I messed up by letting kids pet my dog. Today I, 32F, brought my daughter, 5, and my dog Roxy, 6F, to a park that has a playground. After going for a walk we decided to go hang out at the playground. Nearby was a pavilion and next to it was a large group of Islamic, this is important to the story, I promise, people doing their religious ceremony/prayer. Afterwards, all the children came over to play while the food was being set up. A group of kids came over asking to pet Roxy and I said as long as your adults say yes, then it is okay with me. They ran off and I turned away to watch my daughter. They came back and said it was okay and gave my pup some pets and hugs while she gave kisses, and then they ran off when an adult started calling to them. Another kid came over, but was dragged away by her older sister yelling the dogs are haram and she can't go near unless she wants to get punished. I realized in horror that I never saw the kids leave the playground and they never asked permission from their parents. Today I messed up by using public bathrooms the wrong way for 18 years. So as the title suggests, I've been using bathrooms wrong. For as long as I can remember, whenever my mom and I would go to the bathroom in public, she'd tell me how things were done because she's a borderline germaphobe. One such lesson involved flashing toilets. You know how there's usually a lever you need to push in order to flush? I was told to use my foot to push it, thus preventing any unnecessary touching. I've done this in every single public bathroom I've ever been to. Fast forward to a couple of months ago. My friend was talking about flushing a toilet at school. I don't remember the context, and she said she touched it with her hands. I pulled a face and asked why. Then it was her turn to be confused and she said because that's how you're supposed to flush it. She then proceeded to ask me how I flush and I said by using my foot. I was completely flabbergasted that she would use her hand and she was baffled and appalled that I'd been essentially kicking toilets for my whole life. Suffice it to say she gave me massive shit for that and now my past actions haunt me every time I think of using a public restroom.